Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10 and The Walking Dead in general with a little bit of an update video because over the last week we've been getting some information about all sorts of things, really, like the new series, the Rick movies, Michonne, Season 10, Negan, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to talk about it in this video today, and then you guys in the comments down below can give me your thoughts and opinions about all of it too. Also, before I do begin, I'm doing a Q&A later on this week, so if you want to ask some questions, feel free. I made a post in my community section of the channel. Just go ahead and leave your questions over there and I'll be answering them later on this week. But with all that being said, spoiler warning in case you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead, but let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is Michonne and Virgil and some things that Angela Kang said about that whole situation. So this was on Talking Dead and I want to read exactly what she said and then we can talk about it. So, when discussing Michonne and Virgil, Angela Kang said, Michonne makes this decision to help this guy get home, Virgil, and there's a lot of things going on, Kang said on Talking Dead following the mid-season finale. One part of it from an emotional standpoint is the guy says some stuff that reminds her of both Sadiq and Rick. My mercy prevails over my wrath is the thing that she is reminded of when he says that mercy might be in short supply these days. The other aspect Kang added is because Michonne at heart is a person who is a good person and she was helped by strangers herself. She has helped strangers, so there is that aspect. And then she goes on to say, the part of Michonne that is head of security for Alexandria is thinking, okay, if this guy has some stuff we could use, like ammunitions, big weapons, things that can take out massive number of zombies at once, she feels like it's her responsibility to check it out, Kang said. But it might be dangerous, so it should only be her, because she has an absolute faith in herself. She knows that she can get out of a dangerous situation. She feels like she's got a pretty good beat on this guy, and she's not gonna let an opportunity to maybe end the war just pass her by. So can Virgil be trusted? What do you guys think? I say yes and no. Well, here's what I think. I don't think Virgil's a bad guy, but I think he knows about the CRM and how they're bad people, and he didn't really tell Michonne about that. So he just sort of asked Michonne for help. So I don't think technically he probably isn't lying about the ammunition and the weapons and all that kind of stuff that would help with the Whisper War. He probably isn't lying about that, but it probably doesn't belong to him. It probably belongs to the CRM, because I definitely believe the CRM could have that much stuff. You know, the CRM, they have helicopters and a very well settled community, so I would assume they would have stuff like that. So I think I wouldn't say Virgil's a bad guy, but I do think he might be lying a little bit when you know, bringing her over, or Michonne might be like misinformed or just like kind of seeing it in a different way. You know, just up for discussion. You know, I don't think Virgil's a bad guy, but there's a lot that he isn't saying about the CRM, I believe. Kevin Carroll, the actor who plays Virgil, said pretty much the same thing. He had an interview with TV Insider, and he said that that's up for fans to discuss. Obviously, they're not going to reveal it now because it's way too early, but you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about Virgil? Do you think he's lying, or do you think he's just somebody who is maybe in the same situation as Rick, like maybe he's held captive by the CRM or something like that, and he wants to escape, but he really has no option? You know, let me know all your thoughts and opinions about it in the comments down below. I'm really interested in this because he escaped, and he did seem like he was very worried about stuff, and you know, there was some stuff that he wasn't saying exactly. So I am very excited that we're actually gonna go and see this naval base they're going to. I'm so happy they're not ending it off here with Michonne just leaving and then that's that. We're actually gonna see her go to the naval base, so I'm super excited about that. I do think it's a little bit weird how Michonne is going by herself. Like, I get it, she's the leader and stuff like that, and I get what Angela Kang said, that it might be dangerous, but I still feel like she should have brought realistically she should have brought Daryl or maybe Carol or something like that. Like, I could see her, well, actually Daryl probably would want to stay back and help the other people, but I feel like she would probably want to bring somebody. But, you know, plot reasons, Michonne is actually leaving the show, so I get why she went by herself. But, again, I am excited about it to see what happens in this naval base. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. But the next thing I want to talk about is a little bit about the Rick Grimes movies, because Pollyanna McIntosh, who plays Jadis, and had some interesting stuff to say about the movie. Nothing too major, but people always ask her, if the movies are still happening and what she knows about the movies. And this is what she said. I just want to let you know that I can't talk about the Rick Grimes movies in depth, but they are still happening, McIntosh says in a video published to Instagram, and I'm looking forward to probably being part of them. Just know that you guys are kind of waiting out there, and I'm waiting too and looking forward. That's it from a little bird in La La Land. Alright, so again, nothing too big, but she did say that they are happening. And I actually think that is pretty important and interesting to hear, because I do know there's some doubt. Like I have seen some people say that they don't think the Rick Grimes movies are gonna happen, and who never knows, something could happen. But because of that trailer they released in Comic-Con, I think that they're actually they probably are signed on to do stuff, because they got Universal to distribute it, and Universal is a pretty big distributor, one of the major distributors. So the movie is gonna be in theaters, and I think it's just because we haven't heard too much about Andrew Lincoln, Rick Grimes, the main character himself. We haven't heard too much about from him in the movies. We know he was filming another movie, which I believe he wrapped up. If I'm not mistaken, I think that movie is done. Filming Penguin Bloom, which I am excited to watch, because I want to see Andrew Lincoln other stuff. I think he's a really good actor, so that's a movie I'm actually pretty excited to watch because of Andrew Lincoln. But anyways, I do think this information is important, because like I mentioned, there is going to be some doubt, because there isn't, like, they keep teasing that we're going to get information. We haven't gotten that much, but I will say that teaser trailer they dropped during Comic-Con was awesome, and that was some good confirmation, and it actually gave us a lot of information. Like, it probably is going to be Philadelphia because of the skyline, and now we got a distributor, which means it's probably really happening. So I brought this up immediately after the Michonne information, because I do think it's going to tie in. And I think when Michonne leaves the show, and the way I kind of see her leaving the show is with the CRM, I think that then is when we're going to get some real information that the movies are happening. Michonne is going to be part of the movies, and maybe even Morgan, maybe even Lenny James would be part of the movies, because I see a lot of people. We saw how season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead ended, and it looked like Morgan is pretty much gone unless somebody just like comes in and saves him real quick. And I see a lot of people saying they possibly think it could be the CRM. And I could definitely see that happening, because when you have a movie that's being distributed worldwide, Universal distributing it, it's probably going to be playing in, major theaters and stuff like that. Andrew Lincoln, Rick Grimes is a big enough character to bring Walking Dead fans to the show. But, having a poster with Rick Grimes, Michonne, and Morgan on there, I think that would really help sell the movie. I know it's going to be hard to sell the movie to those who haven't seen the show, but I think it's going to be bigger and more exciting if you have more characters in there. So, just like thinking about it, like this could be something you're setting up where they have like Michonne, Rick, and Morgan in the movies. That would be pretty awesome. But we'll see if that's what happens. But I am assuming we're going to get some information definitely, whenever Michonne leaves the show. Speaking of movies, I also want to talk a little bit about the Negan movie, which I want to discuss, because recently Jeffrey Dean Morgan was asked about that on Twitter, and he keeps saying, every time they ask him about it, he keeps saying that, he wants it to happen. Like, he would love to film that, based on Robert Kirkman's novel. Here's Negan, which is pretty awesome. It gives Negan's backstory before the apocalypse. I think it's an awesome graphic novel, but you guys let me know in the comments down below. Would you want to see a Negan movie? Personally, I think it's a little bit too late. I do, because Negan, like, I feel like I don't know how they would do it though. Like, maybe a little bit of a, like, I don't know. It's so tough to see how they would do this. Like, I could see a situation where if they're walking, like a miniseries maybe, like straight to Netflix, like a limited series or something like that, that would definitely work. But I don't think it would be anywhere near as big as the Rick Grimes movies, like a theatrical release or anything like that. I don't think the Negan movie would be that big, because Negan's been on the show for a long time. Like, it's so funny because they introduced the Whispers, and I feel like we already know more about the Whispers backstory, like Alpha and Beta, than Negan. So there is definitely a lot of Negan backstory that could be told, and they are telling a little bit of it throughout the show. But honestly, I don't see a movie coming out. Like, at least like a big release like the Rick Grimes movie. If anything, it would be like a small movie that would be on AMC or Netflix, sort of like how Breaking Bad did El Camino and that went straight to Netflix. I could see something like that for Negan. Like a Negan movie going to Netflix, because The Walking Dead is on Netflix. They have a deal with Netflix. I mean, and Netflix makes a lot of movies and TV shows, so I wouldn't like, and they know The Walking Dead is a big thing, so I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix would agree to that. Or I think a limited series could work, like maybe 4 or 5 episodes and just do a Negan backstory if they really want to delve into it, or just like a movie straight to Netflix. But I would like to see it, but I don't think it's like 100% necessary. So you guys let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and opinions. Do you want to see a Negan movie? Do you think they should happen? Do you not think it should happen? And if it does happen, what do you want to see in it? And then lastly, I want to talk about this because there was some news going around about the new Walking Dead series, The World Beyond. That is the title. I didn't make a video on it, but the title got revealed. It's called The Walking Dead World Beyond. So that's really interesting. I think it's a good title. I really do. I like that because I think it's gonna, first of all, I think The World Beyond is gonna make a lot of people want to come to the show and watch it, because it's gonna be like a fresh show, like The World Beyond, literally, you know, other parts of the world, other parts of the country. So I'm excited for it. Also, the premiere date was possibly revealed by comicbook.com. It was sort of like a theory, not really confirmed or anything, but just because we know when The Walking Dead is airing or returning, the season 10 finale is going to be Sunday, April 12th. So it could be immediately after that, or it could be the following week. I think immediately after that would be pretty awesome, because everybody's going to watch the season 10 finale and then they're going to want to go right into the new show. So I think it's going to be Sunday, April 12th. That would be pretty awesome. You know, like something similar they did with season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. Well, that was when Morgan crossed over. But I think with a new show, they're going to want people to watch it after watching the season 10 finale. And then that's going to go for 10 episodes. So the first season is going to be 10 episodes. And then Fear the Walking Dead season 6 is going to be picking up. And season 6 also started filming very recently. So it's probably going to come out in somewhere of 2020. So 2020 is going to be a pretty big year for The Walking Dead. Like, there's going to be a lot of Walking Dead. Very little breaks. So for Walking Dead fans, I'm sure that's going to be pretty awesome. I don't know if the Rick Grimes movie is going to come out in 2020, but regardless, you know, we got season 10B, we got the new show, and then we got season 6A of Fear the Walking Dead, and 6B. We got the entire season 6, sorry. And then we got season 11A. That's what I was trying to say. So season 11 obviously got confirmed, so that's also going to air. So a lot of Walking Dead in 2020. It's their 10th anniversary on AMC, so I think they're going all out with that. So that's pretty exciting. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about the new series. Are you excited about it? What do you think is going to happen? I know the CRM is going to be part of it, so that's very exciting. But that was all the information we got over the last week for The Walking Dead. I quickly wanted to make this video talking about it. They're all sort of like little information, so I wanted to talk about it in one video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. I am going to wrap it up there, so be sure to leave, again, all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Again, I'm doing a Q&A later on this week, so be sure to leave your questions in the community section of my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and for more Walking Dead videos, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.